Welcome to the Eden Project in Cornwall, which is one of my favourite places growing up as a child. Now, the Eden Project is actually home of the largest indoor rainforest in the entire world. And the most important thing about the Eden Project and what it encompasses is the fact that it's all about looking after our planet, the environment, and sustainability, which are all things that are really close to my heart. The Eden Project is a great representation of what the world can look like when we choose to invest in it and choose to protect it. The full Eden Project, as you see it today, didn't open with the biomes until 2001. And that was when people could finally walk inside and experience these climates for the first time. I actually find it incredible looking at these biomes now, thinking about when I was little, they were just that clay pit, nothing else there. And it's quite mad actually how things that were once used for industry can become a place that teaches us about the environment and sustainability. This area is inspired by global gardens and community allotments, even if February isn't exactly bringing them to life right now. The tropical rainforest is one of the most important ecosystems on Earth. It only covers a tiny percentage of the planet, but it supports over half of all known species. It regulates our climate, stores carbon, and quite literally helps us breathe. They're often called the lungs of the Earth because they absorb huge amounts of carbon and help regulate the global climate. You can feel the humidity as soon as you walk in. The air just changes, everything is layered, from the forest floor all the way up to the canopy. Water is everywhere. What I really love about this section is how it doesn't just show the plants, it actually shows how communities have lived within the rainforest environments for generations, building with what's around them and not destroying it. I did feel slightly judged by the gorilla at one point, and I'm fairly sure the birds were monitoring me from above. Walking up high gives me this perspective. You realise how massive this biome is and how incredible it is that something this complex can exist inside what used to be a clay pit. Then you notice the small things, the colour, the detail. You're reminded how intricate and delicate these systems really are. The Mediterranean biome represents some of the most well-known climates in the world. Southern Europe, California, South Africa, places known for dry summers and mild winters. What I find interesting about this climate is that it's been lived in and cultivated for thousands of years. Olives, citrus, vineyards, but it's always been about balance. These regions are also some of the most fragile. Their drought, water scarcity, rising temperatures, balance really does matter here. It feels completely different in here to the rainforest. It's lighter, warmer, more open. This one feels more familiar somehow, like somewhere you could imagine living. Seeing both climates in one place really puts things into perspective. Even though it looks calmer than the rainforest, biodiversity here is still incredibly rich. Entire civilizations were built around this climate. It's another example of how sustainability looks different depending on the environment. Mediterranean regions have always had to be smarter about water. The crops grow here, like olives and grapes, are naturally adapted to survive with very little rainfall. Olive trees can live for hundreds of years and they're naturally drought resistant, which makes them one of the most sustainable crops in this kind of climate. Even though it looks calmer than the rainforest, Mediterranean ecosystems are actually considered biodiversity hotspots, which makes protecting them even more important. The Eden Project is actually known to be the leader in all environmental regeneration projects. It is actually recognised as one of the biggest sustainability attractions in the whole of the UK. The fact that this place was built inside a former clay quarry pit makes it even more powerful to me, as that's what sustainability really means to me. I'm really glad that I brought you here today, and if you like seeing places like this that make you think a little bit more differently, then maybe I'll take you somewhere else next time.